Donald Trump is a rapist, and we just don't talk about it like it's so clearly evident right in front of us. And right now, right, his civil rape trial is going forward in New York. And Ms Carroll, who accused him of rape in, I believe, 96, in a Bergdorf Goodman dressing room, has recounted her story yet again. It is incredibly believable yet again in terms of how it went down, how they were flirting, and everything seemed like hunky-dory and fine, and she was like a successful writer, and he knew who she was, and she knew who he was, and they were just kind of like having a good little afternoon, flirty, and then he got violent. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, this fool has been a rapist. And today, I believe today, one of her friends testified in that civil case, which is about money. It's not, there are going to be no criminal crimes or convictions or anything, no charges, criminal charges. Obviously, I said civil case. So it's really about, you defamed me over this incident that you know was true. And you should pay damages for that. You should pay damages for all that I have endured for setting aside the fact that you committed a crime and that you traumatized me. So yes, her friend testified that she called her as soon as it happened. Her friend was like, "You've been raped. You need to go to the police." And she was like, "No, I'm not going to go. Please don't tell anybody ever, and never mention this again." And her friend didn't until he was elected president. And she decided to come out with her story and published her memoirs and spoke about it. And Trump said, and I quote, when asked, I believe this was by The Hill, "I'll say it with great respect. Number one, she isn't my type. And number two, it never happened. It never happened." Okay. Now, John, I don't know when you're trying to defend your innocence on a crime, if you say, "Oh, no, I didn't murder that person. My weapon is a rope, not a knife. Also, I didn't do it." Like, what? It's just so...
Maybe go with that for, like, if you're accused of cheating, don't say, "Who has the time? Also, I didn't cheat on you." Like, lead with the denial, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway,
lead with the denial. So I'm just like, it's so disgusting to me. Like you listen to her and you read her testimony, and it just sends chills down your spine. And also you're like, this is who we elected fucking president, man. And this is one of dozens of sexual assault allegations against Trump.
Yeah, it's, I'm glad that the way that you led was saying, in terms of the way that we talk about it, that we don't really grapple with what happened. And I think that that's 100% right. And normally, I would be saying a criticism like that, like outward. But even for me, like, I've talked about this specific case, I don't know, 7 times, 8 times, something like that.
Yeah.
But even I don't really like mentally drill down on what it actually represents. And I think that that's kind of a constant in politics, like, especially because we have been trained over the years to believe that the serious things that politicians do that are real, don't even worry about those. They have no chance of consequences whatsoever. It's stuff around the edges, the periphery, norm stuff that maybe will get them. Like, this seems so minor compared to the confidential documents or whatever, when the human cost obviously is 1,000 times worse when it comes to this rape, let alone, what he did in the Middle East, let alone the effect that he had on the pandemic. Like, these things that are real, like, you almost have to keep them at arm's reach, I guess, if you're going to be a person that's going to engage with politics, in an ongoing fashion. But you're right. It's what he did in that one instant. If it was anyone else, it would be the single worst thing they had ever done in their life. And it would be all that was necessary for you to never associate with that person again.
Yeah.
For Trump, it's one of 100 things that would qualify for that. And you can't keep all of them simultaneously in your head.
Yep. Absolutely. I think that's, and if it were a Democrat who had done that, I mean, how quickly they would step away, the party would step away from them, because, the Democratic Party, for as corporate loving as they are, has some amount of moral standards, and, it play by different rules, which is not fair, right? The whole thing is not fair. We should hold all people accountable. And, granted, the one silver lining of all of this is that I do think Trump basically single-handedly, not to give credit to a man for the Me Too movement, But electing a rapist to the presidency, and granted, this was after the fact, but grab him by the pussy, other allegations, electing him truly did something to the minds of like all people, but specifically women when it comes to, oh, motherfuckers are going to fail up. These cretins, these predators just keep failing up. And especially in politics, which, as I've said on your show a million times, is the last place that predators can really hide and still maintain a job. Hello, Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, sometimes with lifetime appointments.
Right, sometimes with lifetime appointments. I mean, when are we going to believe women? Just give me one instance when it's like, oh, Anita Hill, Clarence Thomas, you don't get it. Sorry, you don't get this job. Oh, Christine Blasey Ford, attempted rape. All right. No, sorry, Kavanaugh. Like, when is a man in the public eye and, you know, gonna actually be so-called canceled, right? I don't know, Chris Hardwick, there's one of them.
Yeah,
he had a weird abusive relationship. I don't know. Fuck, man. Anyway, it's
not common.
It's not common. So, anywho, and especially in politics. So, I would say everyone who thinks they've been canceled in Hollywood, go run for something.
Don't give Johnny Depp any idea.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.